Hey, I'm Randy Gage, and for a lot of you know, I've been in this space of network marketing for about 25 years. Most of it as a distributor, not always, but as an author, consultant, trainer. But my real passion is, of course, being in the trenches, working in the business myself.
Your expertise is personal branding. What kind of advice would you give someone just starting in the industry or a new distributor on building a strong presence and a strong brand moving forward?
I think it's a lot different for network marketing than it would be in any other space, because you don't necessarily need a big personal brand of you, because that isn't going to duplicate very well. Remember, there are things in our business that work really well, but they don't duplicate really well. And at the end of the day, if we're looking for a drink out of a coconut money, we want things that duplicate well. So the more you make the brand about what the prospect gets, the better you're going to be in any arena, but particularly I think here in the network marketing space. So what do I want, if I take myself as a sponsor, what do I want my brand to be? Integrity, that people know they can trust me, I've got their back, I'm not going to lie to them, I'm not going to tell them anything that's not in the best interest of their business, and that I'm going to be there to support them. So I think that's probably the most important thing we're ever going to do when we're talking to a prospect, is let them know we're going to be their partner for success. That's what you want the branding to be about, I think.
Okay, so moving that idea into new spaces, say like social media or different web technologies, you've found a lot of success in branding yourself with videos, and I see you a lot on Twitter and Facebook. How would you advise someone to have that content present, but that actually converts, that's going to sell products, promote signups, to really be recruiting?
Well, I kind of have a contrarian view than a lot of people. I don't ever promote on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube to build my network. You'll never see me talk about my company. You'll never see me send out a spam message or a pitch message. What I think social media does for us is it allows us to develop relationships online like we can do offline. And I take the same approach there. I hope you wouldn't go to a cocktail party and just start meeting people and handing out product samples and info packs and telling them to call you, and they'd say, who is this jerk? I come to Nancy's dinner party and this guy over here keeps handing around packets to everybody. Yet people do that all the time on Twitter or Facebook, and they think, wow, I just go to Facebook and I join a group, and then as soon as they accept my membership in the group, that means I can start sending out pitches to all these people. And that's the last thing, and that's why people are always getting shut down and closed down on those sites, and why I call them the multi-level morons. They are destroying the social media sites and destroying, we have this amazing transformation taking place in the network marketing space, where we went from a very skeptical public 15 years ago to a very accepting public. Now, there's so many people open to network marketing now. We've been in Forbes and Fortune and USA Today and Success Magazine, and Warren Buffett owns a couple of companies in our space, and so everybody, no matter where you go anymore, I think everybody knows somebody who makes $40,000 a month in Amway, or $60,000 a month in New Skin, or $50,000 a month in Melaleuca, or whatever, and they're intrigued by it. And so we've come full circle. We've gotten to the point where people have really accepted network marketing, and now we're destroying it with these multi-level morons who are out there pitching everybody on these spaces. I've probably sponsored 5 or 6 people in the last 8-9 months from meeting them on social media, but I never send pitches about them. Now, I'm just on social media interacting with them. I meet people, the relationship develops, And then I might feel it's appropriate to say, hey, you know, can you send me your phone number? I got something I want to talk to you about I think would be interesting for you. I do it online the same way I would offline, which is I wouldn't go meet those people at a party and start handing out packets. It's the same thing on social media. Go out there, develop relationships, get to know people. When you think your opportunity would be appropriate and could help them, then take it offline and have that conversation. That's my advice on how to work on the social media sites.
You know, a lot of companies maybe aren't taking that same approach of social media can be a good thing, you need to do it the right way, maybe giving distributors the wrong tools or maybe being too restrictive about how they use social media. What do you think would be the ideal policy to put in place for your distributors with social media?
I think the savvy companies have learned to say, you can't use our name, you can't use our trademark in anything without approval. Which, of course, us as distributors, we all hate that because we all say, we don't have time. Every time we want to run an ad, we got to send it by the legal department. But honestly, that's probably the best way to protect the golden goose, because there will always be people who make crazy income claims. There are always going to be people, if you're in a wellness or nutrition company, you're going to be making cancer cure claims and AIDS cure claims and, you know, whatever crazy product claims. And you can't blame companies and their legal department for saying, hey, you can't go and use our trademarks without approval.
A lot of direct selling companies provide constructive tools, maybe like a basic replicated website, which might not lead to developing strong personal relationships or personal brands. What do you think companies could do to provide their distributors and leaders the tools to maximize their web presence?
Well, I'm kind of the old school of, you know, I believe that if people in network marketing companies knew how to build a network, they'd be building a network instead of working in a network marketing company. Now, I don't make a lot of friends when I say that, but let's be real. If you knew how to go out and make $100,000 a year a month rather in a network, you wouldn't be working in the marketing department of any network marketing company, right? So I'm the old school belief that, you know, I tell the companies, hey, make the products, ship the products, pay the commissions on time. Let the field do what we know how to do. We know we're out there in the living rooms and the media rooms, and we're talking to prospects, and we're getting the objections. We're hearing the questions. We know what it takes to recruit someone. So I like to leave as much of that to the field as possible, because there are very few companies that get it, that really, most of the marketing materials, whether it's the websites, replicated websites, DVDs, videos, audios, brochures, most of them provided by companies are pretty dreadful. They're very feature-based, they're not benefit-driven, they're usually very product-focused, they're not very opportunity-focused. They're not really in touch with what's going on out there in the space with the prospects. So, as you and your company do, obviously you've seen that there's a need out there for people to, for the field to have some marketing materials that their company is not able to provide.
Do you feel like your company is providing you with what you need to do that?
I find that my company stays out of my way, so it allows me to do that, which was what I insisted, you know, when I joined, was I needed to know that would they stay out of the way. And I think, because again, I've been in the profession now 25 years. I know what it takes to build a network. So, and I know that most companies don't have those skill sets. And that's not a knock on them, and I'm not trying to be a bad guy and be mean and say they're not nice people. They're wonderful people, every company, right? But their skill set is product research, product development, setting up the commissions, the back office, the things like that. And then, like I say, our skill set, because I wouldn't know how to do any of that stuff. I'd be horrible. If somebody hired me to run a network marketing company, they'd fire me after 2 weeks because they'd say, this guy's clueless. He's horrible managing an operation, because that's not my skill set.
Right.
my skill set is how to build a network. So I like to do what I do best, and I like other people to do what they do best.